I know it when I see it. And this movie is obscene. Obscenely bad. Hello there, CriterioNate here, number 429, Louis Malle's The Lovers. 1958, 90 minutes, black and white, monaural, French, blah, blah. Alright, yeah, I didn't like this one. I did not like it. And why? Jeanne Moreau. Or Jeanne Moreau. Or Jeanne Moreau. Whatever the fuck her name is. I didn't like her in Elevator to the Gallows. She ruined Elevator to the Gallows for me, which is sad because I wanted to like that movie for Miles Davis. But I couldn't fully like it. But there's no Miles Davis in this film. It's just Mal. And he let me down. And he's let me down before in the past, you know, with obviously Elevator to the Gallows, Murmur of the Heart, La Comme Lucienne, you know. This movie is probably the cream of the crop. Cream of the crap, I should say, though. Although Murmur of the Heart, though, this didn't have no son having sex with his mom, though. You know, I will say that nobody had sex with their son in this movie. But Moreau, I think is overrated as fuck. Yeah, I think she's boring to look at. I don't think she's attractive in the slightest. You know, I think her role in Elevator to the Gallows was completely overrated. And so, having to see her again, she's just a boring looking actress. I don't know why people obsessed over her. So, you know, I just thought it was a dumb movie. And her role in this movie is completely and horribly selfish. I think she played an extremely selfish human being in this movie. It's almost like, this is like the flip side of what Varda did with the Le Bonheur. Basically, the movie's about this woman, Jeanne, which I'm just going to call her Jeanne. How convenient. Who's married to this guy, Raoul, I think. No, not Raoul, that's the lover. And named Henri. And Henri works for a newspaper printer service. And so he works a lot of late hours and all that. And she gets tired of him, and so she ends up seeing this polo player who's a friend of one of her best friends, Maggie. And you know, she runs away, you know, to see her, but also to see him. And so eventually he ends up getting sick and tired of it, and so he ends up inviting Maggie and Raoul over for dinner. And she doesn't want to do that because she knows that Raoul can't contain himself. And so there's that. At the same time, so on her way back from, I guess she goes to visit Maggie and Raoul, and on her way back, her car breaks down, and she ends up meeting the guy who picks her up is a young man named Bernard. Bernard. And Bernard is, gosh, okay, I don't even remember how the hell Bernard was related to. How Bernard was related to somebody. He was related to somebody that Henri knew, or that somebody that everybody knew. I'm gonna look this up real quick because I just was like, I totally passed that up. Bernard. Okay, Bernard's the son of a friend of Jeannie's husband, and so he adds him on, and so basically, you know, they all have, you know, Jeannie has dinner with this man she just met, and this man, her husband, this man she just met, the young man she just met, and this, her lover, her polo playing lover, whom she's, trying to stave off anyway because he's being way too rambunctious and all that. And but however, she ends up falling for Bernard, and they end up spending the night together, out on a boat, and they end up making love. I say they fuck. They end up fucking, and they're in the bedroom. And apparently the sex scene was the big thing that, I guess, in America, this movie caused a big uproar, and there was a huge court case as to defining what was hardcore pornography, And from my point of view, I mean, back then, like that was pretty, that's the kind of thing you didn't see back then. But more and more, we've loosened the rules on what pornography is. Nowadays, full frontal nudity is pornography. Full frontal nudity from a man's point. If we show, if a man's genitalia or a penis is shown, then it's pornography. Apparently you can get away, but you can get away with, with women, with breasts and the vagina and all that, vulva or whatever, you can get away with that, and it can still be art or an accepted restricted film or something. But if you show a penis, it's porn. That's what I've grown to see it as. That's what's been implanted in me for the last 27 years of my life. Figuring this shit out. Anyway, so Jeanne and Bernard go off and leave everybody in the dust in the morning, and according to Mal, apparently there's interview supplements. Apparently, Germany cut a lot of the film out because the thing they didn't like was the fact that she ran away with Bernard and left her child behind. Yes, I forgot to mention she has a child, and so they cut out all mentions of her child, all pictures of her child, and all that. And Mal was apparently really upset by that because it just there wasn't a real feeling of running away, because without a child, he said that she just ran away with this guy and she could easily just come back. There's no commitment involved. So so anyway, as I was formulating this in my head, and I just wanted to say that this was a stupid movie with stupid people doing stupid things, but I couldn't just say that, because this is Mal, and Mal's made some fantastic movies. Au revoir les enfants, great movie. His documentaries, Calcutta, Phantom India, Humaine Trop Humaine, and The Pursuit of Happiness, all those we saw in the Eclipse series, those were absolutely fantastic. Those were great documentaries. But this one isn't. This one is quite possibly, if Murmur of the Heart hadn't involved incest, this would be the worst film Mal made that I've seen so far. Which is fun, and I say that so far because there's plenty more Mal for us to watch. Hell, the next one we've got to watch, The Fire Within, has Moreau in it, so this will probably suck because she's in it, She just sucks the life out of, everything she's in. Everything is just, I just don't like her. I don't like her. So, there you are. But we've got more from Mal, so, but for now, this is, I don't like her. She's annoying to look at, and I thought the scene that really just sat me down was the scene where she just laughs in the bedroom about the bear comment. Bernard makes a comment about, oh, you're married to a bear or something, and there's the bear husband and all that, and she just laughs her head off at this, and it's just like, I don't fucking get it. I don't see what's so goddamn funny about that stupid shit. Comments, you know. Anyway, Mal was young. It was his second film. This was his second film, so I'm not giving it an F. I'm not going to give it an F. I thought, and I respect Mal for trying something. But you know what's funny? In the supplements, he mentions that he was annoyed. He didn't like that the film did so well, or that it had all this attention brought to it, you know, because of its controversy. And so I kind of feel bad for him, you know. I do feel a little bit bad for him. And again, I'm trying to reason with him because he made all these great documentaries, and, you know, Au revoir les enfants. But this is also the guy who made Damage. If you haven't seen Damage, you're better off. So because of that, D-. Sorry, this I don't watch this again. D-. No to Jeanne Moreau. All right, I got that out of my system. Supplements. There are just a bunch of interviews. There's the two separate interviews with Louis Malle. One from shortly after the film was made, and then one from like 94 or 93, shortly after he had made Damage. And they focused more on, I think the second one focuses more on him talking about the lovers, or excerpt, you know, it's excerpt from a longer interview where the lovers excerpt. And then 2 interviews with Jeanne Moreau, one made shortly after the movie was released, and then one from 1972 where she talks about her roles. And then an interview with Jose Luis de Villalonga, who played Raul. And then Luis de Vilmorin, who was a writer who worked with Mal on the screenplay as screenwriter on The Lovers. There's also a huge gallery of promotional material involving the U.S. release and the shock it brought up and all that. And yeah, so that's all I got. So The Lovers, D-. No. I'm sorry, but I do not like Jeanne Moreau. I cannot stress enough how much I don't like her. And how overrated I feel she is. So there you are. Sue me. You probably will. So anyway, yeah, blah. But that's not it. That's not it. Nope. Because tomorrow, I think I'm going to do this tomorrow. The Fire Within, which is another Mal film. And when we get to see more of Moreau, we also get Maurice René, who's in Elevator to the Gallows. But this one seems a little kind of interesting. Sounds a little darker. Sounds like something a little more edgier. Something that I might like a little more. So fingers crossed that it won't suck. That Jeanne Moreau won't make this suck. So. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't put Jeanne Moreau in your films, and don't cheat on your husband. And don't be a cheaters, because don't be selfish. Because cheating sucks. Anyway, so we got this tomorrow, and then this. We'll just leave it at this. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow for The Fire Within. And until then, goodbye.